Hey everybody, Brooklyn in the house, back at you with the free masterclass of Let's Learn Tarot, okay? And this is going to be lesson 3. But before we get to lesson 3, I'm just going to give you a very quick recap of lesson 1 and 2. First lesson, it was 5 minutes. All I asked you to do was learn the 4 suits. Cups, swords, pentacles, and wands. And what elements they were. Cups, obviously, are water, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, and they rule emotions. Swords are air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That's your intellectual mind. Pentacles are earth, which is your material and financial, solid wealth in this world. And wands are fire, your action or your physicality. Now, what I did ask you to do was go and get yourself a 99-cent, deck of regular playing cards, because a lot of people don't have tarot cards and you could learn them either way, okay? Now we got to lesson 2. The meaning of the 4 suits. I just went through it. Water is cups. That's emotions. Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Earth is pentacles. Tangible wealth. Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. And then you got air, which are swords. Your intellect. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And fire is your wands. That's your action or your physicality. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So there goes lessons 1 and 2. These are pictures of what the lessons are. This would be the regular playing cards that you would get at the 99-cent store to represent the suit. And if you had a Rider-Waite deck, that's what the Ace of Cups would look like. Cups, again, hearts, emotions, love, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is your emotional level of consciousness, relationships, love, feelings, empathy, understanding, warmth, kindness, affection, matters of the soul, okay? So that's what cups are. Water, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, all right? Then you have air. Air is the intellectuality. It's thoughts. It's Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. It is the realm of the mind. It is your vision. It's your third eye. It's contemplation. It's your reasoning. It's your clarity, confidence. It's being able to rise to challenges and methodically figure things out, intellectually, right? Thinking about things, okay? So, and then you would have fire. Fire is action. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So it's represented by the wands. And this is movement, physicality, life force, actions being taken, being bold and ambitious. And if any of you have ever heard of the phrases as Kundalini or Prana, that's also your sexual desire. So in other words, let's say that there was some kind of plan of action. And what they say a lot about air, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, the King of Swords, is usually somebody in the military or the law. And the reason why they say that, to backtrack to air for a second, is because they have the intellect. They would be excellent chess players. So they would be able to be very good at planning out a strategy for war or some kind of legal, representation to defend somebody or something. So they would think about the plan on how to do it, right? Intellectually, they're putting the plan together. And then, pow, here comes fire. They would actually get up and do the physicality to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, they would actually be the ones to do the physical actions to put whatever plan that the King of Swords in. So let's say the King of Swords was the general. He makes the plans, and these are the soldiers that are going to go out and physically make it happen. Movement, physicality, life force, like I said, okay? So that's fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And what you also need to know about these two is that, these two signs are the least likely elements to be any kind of in any kind of confined or restricted area. You have to think about how air is. Air circulates. So the worst thing you can do to an air sign is try to hold them in one condensed place. They need to circulate. It's in their nature. It's air. Air does not stay bottled up in one little thing. So, it's a very, I'm not going to say uncommittal, but they need to be able to circulate like air. It's in their very nature. Just like fire. Fire burns, erratically and rapidly all over. Fire is also something that should not be contained or try to be contained in some kind of a little constrictive thing. It needs to burn freely, right? So these are two signs or two elements, the fire and the air, that really need their freedom of expression and their space and their independence and stuff like that. Now we get to Earth. Earth is the most solid, obviously, because it is the earth. Think about it. You're on the earth. It's solid ground. So it's tangible, material, and financial wealth. But it also talks about being the most solid with like emotions and actions, like, you know, being responsible as far as being where you say you're going to be, where you're going to be there, like maybe where perhaps wands or you know, air would not be able to do that because they're circulating. Earth is actually, you know, like the most trustworthy solid. It is tangible, material, financial wealth. So it's prosperity on all levels. And that could be from money to good health. It's success. It's values. It's assets. It's stability. It's a practicality and it's reality. Okay? So those are the first two lessons that we went through. Now that we know all that about the signs, we're going to go to lesson 3. And we're not going to do this like a lot of other people will. We're taking this in different order as I think that it would be easier. Well, it would be easier if it were me to learn it this way. Hopefully, even if one of you get this, I'd be happy. We're on lesson 3 now, okay? The court cards. The court cards represent the people in our lives, okay? So each court card or each element, earth, fire, water, and air, there's 4 court cards, right? These are the families, all right? So let's say, for example, water, okay? We're going to start with water, okay? Water, so you have the queen and the king, the mom and the dad. Why is the king, to me, this is how I make my head analogy with them or my head connection to keep them. Because why? Because this is somebody that would be the mom and the dad. They're loving, they're kind, they're nurturing, they're affectionate, okay? You know, this is the feminine form of it. That's the masculine form. We know that doesn't really, you know, matter because you could be an either or. So this represents emotion, love, kindness, nurturing. So yeah, the Queen of Cups, as the way I see her, and you could see her any way you want to make yourself remember, is the mom of all the queens. And the King of Cups is the dad. Now, we also have knights and pages. Now, the knights and pages could either be male or female. That doesn't matter. But they just happen to be male at the Rider Waite, so we're going to refer to them that way. So, and in the regular playing deck would be the, you know, the Joker card, the knight, and then I don't know, that's not really a Joker, that's a Jack. But the Joker would be the page. Because why? The Joker's like, okay, the Joker right here, that would be like the messenger of the office or some kind of an elementary school kid, somebody who is a joker, who doesn't have not taken their life serious yet. You know, the Page of Cups obviously would be an innocent, naive, kind kid, but still a kid, immature, like a joker. The Knight maybe would be a college student or somebody that just graduated, a young adult, you know, maybe just graduated college and just beginning their journey on life. So a little more mature, you know, like an older brother, but still a younger sibling, an older sibling, and then, of course, like I said, I just lost the mom and dad. Oh, here we go, the mom and dad. So this is the family of water, emotions, you know, mom, dad, and siblings, okay? So when they talk about these court cards to you, when they're reading cards, and they say, oh, the Knight of Cups, well, then you realize that that's like, you know, somebody older, but not as mature as like emotionally mature people like these would be. These would be the parents, okay? And that goes for every suit. So that represents love. The air, like I said, swords is intellectuality. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this is thinking. So to me, the Queen of Swords is the thinking queen. This is somebody who's very logical, very wise, very articulate, puts plans together. The Queen of Swords is somebody who's, you know, very smart. I mean, I don't know to say it's smart, but also very organized, okay? I mean, she thinks about everything, even about what she's going to say. A lot of times what they'll say about the King of Swords is that this could be somebody in the military, the law. And it very well could be, because they're that smart. They could be excellent chess players, that they would be like the generals to put the plan together. And then the fire signs, the action signs, would be the soldiers to go out and actually do the plans. But as far as the suit of swords goes, the intellectuality, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, so this would be this queen would be the thinking queen to me. And this king would be the thinking king to me, okay? And in the regular playing cards, thinking queen, thinking king. So now this would be, obviously, the younger siblings, right? They usually say that the Page of Swords is somebody, when they see this card, they say somebody's watching you. This would be a younger person that's watching you. Not necessarily always nefariously, but maybe just because they want to learn from you. But, you know, they're very, like, they're all eyes on you. They want to know everything that's going on. So they're nosy, but immature, because it's a joker, it's a kid, it's a page. And the Knight of Swords, you know, is somebody a little more old, let's say like a college student or a college graduate or just beginning their career. They're not really looking to settle down or be confined because it's air. It needs to circulate, right? So there you go. You got the, you know, the thinking queen, the thinking king, the thinking knight, you know, he's thinking about where he's headed off to, going to conquer life. And then there's this nosy little Page of Swords trying to get in everybody's business to figure out what's going on for whatever reasons they're doing it. You know, it's going to be different for everybody, okay? So now while this King and Queen of Swords, let's say this king is in the military of the law, right? They're making up some kind of a plan of action to go to battle with somebody. Who's ever at battle. I can think of some things right now. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say them on YouTube, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Or making some kind of a legal representation to defend somebody. So they're thinking about it. They're intellectually putting it together. Now you got fire. Fire is action. So now these people are going to get up and actually make it happen, okay? These are the people that are going to put it into motion. They're going to do the physicality to make it move. They are stern, okay? They are head over heart. They do not let their emotions rule their heart, okay? Or their head. They don't let their emotions rule their head, is what I'm trying to say. They are head over heart. So while they're very approachable, they're kind, they could be fun, you know, they could be very witty and personable, they just as soon cut your head off as look at you, because they're not going to take any shit. They're about making actions happen. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. You know, anybody that knows any Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, they could be the most fun people in the world and your best friend. You don't want them on your wrong side, though. There's a whole other side to that, right? So this, to me, would be the stern queen, and this would be the stern king. Nice enough that you could approach and talk to them, but don't be disrespectful or you'll be sorry, right? So that would be the regular playing cards at the 99-cent store. Wands, okay? And to me, the wands, well, some people say it looks like a 3-leaf clover. To me, I associate it with a fly swatter. You know, I'm just a little out there. And then, okay, so now, again, with the fire, with the wands, this would be the younger brother or sister, you know, like the 20-year-old or 25-year-old. And then this would be the teenager who's a troublemaker. Why? Because they're into everything, you know, a joker. Because that's what they are. That's the stage of the game they're at. They take nothing seriously because it's a kid. It's a messenger. So, you know, now, let's say that's some kind of plan of action that somebody thought of. This is why I did this, okay? Queen of, let's say the King of Swords, the thinking king, put some kind of plan together. So now the fire person, the king of fire, is going to go out and make the action happen. And let's just say this action is to start a business and get some material wealth. Well, now we need the earth signs. We need the Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo for the tangible material, okay? So this would be the mom and the dad of Earth, Pentacles, tangible material wealth. These are business people. These are people that are, maybe they have their own companies. They are reliable. They are intelligent. They are hardworking, whether it's feminine or masculine, you know. And the diamonds, obviously, you know, diamonds represent some kind of wealth. But these are the people that would actually put in the work, you know, and be the bosses of the company. So to me, this is, you know, the businesswoman and the business king, the businessman and businesswoman of, you know, the suits, right? Because these would be the bosses. And then, of course, with the younger siblings in the family, this knight or jack would actually be very solid. That's why all 4 of his horse's hooves are on the ground, because he is solid, because he's serious, because he's trustworthy, because he's hardworking, because he actually does take his shit seriously and want to be that King of Pentacles one day. And even though this kid is still a joker because he's younger, he's a good kid that goes to school, not the one that's hanging out, you know, like a fireside might be. The fireside kid might be hanging out on the school gym stairs, smoking weed and being a jerk off, right? Because he's not thinking about his future. This kid actually wants to go to school and graduate college and become something. You know what I mean? So even though he's younger and he's a joker, he's more serious. So that's lesson number, 3. So if there's anything that you need to either take pictures of or go back over, or you want me to take pictures of and send to you, since it's, you know, it's like I'm doing the paperwork here. I mean, it can't be any more simpler than this, really. I don't think so. It's free. It's fun. You know, and I really think it's really nice that everybody gets to learn a little tarot. Listen, I'm not saying I'm not a teacher by any means. I have degrees. None of them are in teaching. However, if some of you just walk away with a better knowledge of what tarot is, especially if you enjoy it, then, you know, that would make me very happy to have helped, and my work here is done. So Delilah, who's out like a light, look at her over here, who's living her best life, and so Tiberius, who's behind me, that I can't even have a chair to myself anymore. I mean, all seriousness, look at this nonsense, okay? I literally sit on this portion of the chair. So my butt is killing me all the time, but with that face, how could, you know, I can't do it. So always lead with logic and integrity, act with kindness and love. I'll get the next lesson up as soon as I can, but in the interim, you still have some time to go over this because it is a lot to learn. And don't forget, now these are called the court cards, this lesson today. That's the people in your lives. So think of it as like some kind of family hierarchy. And until next time, love and light.